A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Youth is wasted on the young. Democracy is a device that ensures we shall be governed no better than we deserve. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. A government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. You see things, and you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. There is no sincere love than the love of food. I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. If history repeats itself, and the unexpected always happens, how incapable must man be of learning from experience? The secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. The great advantage of a hotel is that it is a refuge from home life. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. The worst sin toward our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. No man ever believes that the Bible means what it says. He is always convinced that it says what he means. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. If all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. The best place to find God is in a garden. You can dig for him there. A fool's brain digests philosophy into folly, science into superstition, and art into pedantry. Hence, university education. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. Patriotism is your conviction that this country is superior to all others because you were born in it. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh at. It is dangerous to be sincere unless you are also stupid. Kings are not born. They are made by artificial hallucination. We should all be obliged to appear before a board every 5 years and justify our existence, on pain of liquidation. There is nothing more dangerous than the conscience of a bigot. Clever and attractive women do not want to vote. They are willing to let men govern as long as they govern men. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. We have no more right to consume happiness without producing it than to consume wealth without producing it. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut, and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. It is the mark of a truly intelligent person to be moved by statistics. Just do what must be done. This may not be happiness, but it is greatness. Democracy substitutes election by the incompetent many for appointment by the corrupt few. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Hell is full of musical amateurs. Youth is a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children. Alcohol is the anesthesia by which we ensure the operation of life. All great truths begin as blasphemies. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. I enjoy convalescence. It is the part that makes the illness worthwhile. Laugh is a gross exaggeration of the difference between one person and everybody else. Lack of money is the root of all evil. The moment we want to believe something, we suddenly see all the arguments for it and become blind to the arguments against it. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. You cannot be a hero without being a coward. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. There is only one religion, though there are 100 versions of it. In socialism, private property is anathema, and equal distribution of income the first consideration. In capitalism, private property is cardinal, and distribution left to ensue from the play of free contract and selfish interest on that basis, no matter what anomalies it may present. Virtue is insufficient temptation. Old men are dangerous. It doesn't matter to them what is going to happen to the world. The golden rule is that there are no golden rules. He knows nothing and thinks he knows everything. That points clearly to a political career. An election is a moral horror, as bad as a battle except for the blood. A mud bath for every soul concerned in it. Few people think more than 2 or 3 times a year. I have made an international reputation for myself by thinking once or twice a week. When I was young, I observed that 9 out of 10 things I did were failures, so I did 10 times more work. I never resist temptation, because I have found that things that are bad for me do not tempt me. Life contains but 2 tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire. The other is to get it.
It is a curious sensation, the sort of pain that goes mercifully beyond our powers of feeling. When your heart is broken, your boats are burned. Nothing matters any more. It is the end of happiness and the beginning of peace. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire.
If you are not producing as much as you consume, or perhaps a little more, then clearly we cannot use the big organization of our society for the purpose of keeping you alive, because your life does not benefit us, and it can't be of very much use to yourself.